Okay, here we go. We are entering into the 6th week of our fast track, and welcome for those of you that made it. That's incredible. I said from the very, very beginning that if you made it past the first 3 weeks, that you were strategically placing yourself for success, and I absolutely meant that. And I'm really, really happy because I see people sticking with it, and that's incredible. So, in the past 2 weeks in a row, we've had 174 people submit their results, and that's a very, very solid commitment or demonstration of commitment. And we want to keep those numbers up. And like I said, this is a process. This isn't one of those things where if you start it today, then by the end of the week you're going to have sales rolling in. You have to start planting seeds. You have to get the momentum going. You've got to put things into motions and give them time and follow up so that 2 to 3 to 4 weeks later, that work pays off and you see the results rolling through. So, I just want to congratulate everybody that's on the call tonight and everybody that's staying committed every single week by submitting their results. It's a very big testament to yourself. And it's also a very big indicator that you're going to be the ones at the end of this fast track that see great results. So, congratulations to everybody that's done that. Yeah, and by the way, I'm sorry if you did not receive an email from GoToMeeting. That's really, really strange. I'm seeing that from several different people. I have myself registered for these as well as just as a regular attendee as well, not just as a broadcaster. And I got the email, so I'm not sure why so many people seem to not have gotten it. But I will be calling GoToMeeting tomorrow because I've gotten several messages about this, just to check in on that so that it doesn't happen again. Okay, so just letting everybody know about that. Okay, couple of quick housekeeping things like we always do. These webinars are being recorded and the recordings and or presentations are being uploaded to our distributor support site on the 90-day coaching call page on 411 site. So this past week, I actually redid how I've been uploading those, and let me go ahead and just show you what that looks like so that you can be aware of how to use this page. It is a little bit different. So if you go to getting started, down to 90-day fast track and onto 90-day coaching calls, you will see it will load differently. So the first thing is this. You'll see every week, and when you scroll over these, you're going to see the PDFs of the presentations that were delivered. And on the bottom here, you're going to see the most recent webinar that was recorded, and you'll be able to hit play. But at the top left-hand corner, if you click on that link, it's a playlist. So you'll see all of the successful recordings. If you'll notice here, there is no week 4 recording because on week 4 there was a problem with the recording. So any successful recording that happens is being uploaded to this current playlist. And as soon as next week, you'll also see them available in Mandarin on the right-hand side as well. So this is true for all of our webinar recordings, by the way. If you're looking for multiple or different weeks, you just want to click on the playlist so that you can see the different ones that pop up. This is going to make it a lot faster for me to upload information for you to get it sooner. Okay, so that's how that's working out. Another quick reminder: when you're reporting numbers on Fridays, please make sure that you're only reporting numbers. So, for example, I'm seeing a couple of people that are still, labeling their numbers with acronyms or even with words. So, for example, on contacts, if you made a total of 9 contacts, just write the number 9. Don't write, 3 for the unfranchised, 2 for websites, and 1 for web center ownership. Just write the number 9. Because if you don't do that, I have to go through every single number and redo it so that when we add everything up, that it actually adds properly. One more thing is if you have any questions during tonight's webinar, feel free to just send it at the bottom, at the in your question box, and at the end of the presentation tonight, I will make sure to answer your questions. And finally, show up. The Sunday night coaching sessions are a big part of this fast track, and I will tell you this. At World Conference, we are going to be announcing an unprecedented version of what we're doing right now. And so if you're on this fast track, you are putting yourself in a really good playing position so that when we roll this out again in February, not only is your business going to grow, which is obviously the goal of everybody on tonight's call, but you're also going to be a big player in the next challenge that we run. we're putting this together with myself and Jeremy Fenema and also Dennis Franks. A lot of really exciting things that are coming, a lot of big improvements to the program itself, big improvements to the product, new products that you're going to be able to sell, and contests that we're going to be running with really, really big prizes. So show up, get the coaching. You're getting so much from these. I mean, so many people don't have web center trainings in their area, but if you can get 30 minutes a day and get one or two tips that you can apply and try out for the week, that is really, really big. And what I love is that this particular fast track is featuring our coaches. So every single week you get not only my own perspective or the perspective based on the questions of the group, but you're also getting additional points of view. You're getting additional tips that work for different kinds of people. And so, like, for example, tonight, you're going to get to hear from Fast Track Coach of the Week, Xuan Lim. Xuan Lim is a professional coordinator. She's a certified web center trainer, and she's also an industry professional. She used to design websites for a living, and it took her a while to actually begin to be able to implement this program herself because she was an industry professional. It took her a while to figure out how was she going to be able to do that. So, I'm excited to hear from her tonight. So what are we going to talk about tonight? We're going to talk about a couple of things. We're going to share the results like we always do. We're going to talk about this concept of one a day. Because when you see the results this week, I think you're going to understand why we're talking about that. And you're going to see, and also it's a huge reflection on the kinds of things that I'm seeing in, excuse me, in uh, the reports. I'm sorry, I'm looking at some of these questions. I want to make sure that you guys can hear me. Okay, very, very good. So anyway, so we're going to talk about this concept of one a day. We're going to hear from Fast Track Coach of the Week, Xuan Lim, who's going to be talking in terms of case studies, uh, prospects that she's worked with, how she got them, and what the process looked like for her prospects when she actually, sold the website. And then I want to talk to you and I want to ask you some questions about what's holding you back from what you actually want. These are really, really important questions to ask ourselves because if we're not seeing the results that we want, and let's just, then we have to be honest, right? That's what the fast track is about. It's about being transparent. It's about, asking ourselves the hard questions so that we can actually get the results that we want, right? I mean, that's the only way to get better is to be transparent. So let's take a look at the results. In the last week, we had 7 sales. And oddly enough, we had one of the highest, or, we had a pretty decent website retail profit, $10,100 in 7 sales. We had a higher retail profit, but in my opinion, I don't want to see 7 sales in a week. I don't want to see 10 sales in a week. I want to see 20 sales in a week. And I know for a fact that we can do it. I absolutely know that. We have talked about so many ways to work our existing names list. Last week, we got real specific. We started talking about really, really strategic things that you could do to expand on your names list, strategic things that you could do to just engage your existing market. Connie Schneider shared some incredible tips on how to do that. And so what I realize, and even just from reading the comments, is that people are just not finding the time to contact the number of prospects that they need to be contacting, right? Because going into week 6, it's one of two things that's holding you back from having those results that you want. Number one is that you're just not finding the time. You're not finding the time to talk to a prospect every single day for the website. And number two is different than that. It's not just about not finding the time, but maybe you just didn't make the time for the first 4 or 5 weeks and you're just now getting started. And sometimes when we run 90-day fast tracks, that's the problem, right? You think to yourself, oh, well, I've got 90 days. I'm just going to get my feet wet and we'll go from there. Right? And so, like, it takes you 3 to 4 weeks to kind of find your groove and really get started. So you don't actually see results until week 7 or 8. That's a normal occurrence as well. But what I want is everybody to treat this week, this 6th week, as if it was week one and we were only going to do this for 2 or 3 weeks. I want you to treat it with that kind of aggressiveness, that kind of intention, and that kind of confidence, because that confidence and that intention of that intention to contact your prospects is what is going to pay you the money, is what is going to grow your business over the next 3 to 4 weeks. So everybody should be doing that. Our product sales and our sponsoring is right exactly where it needs to be, but I want to see more website sales, and I know that everybody on this fast track wants to do that as well. You would not be on the Web Center fast track if you didn't want to see more website sales popping through your business. So what it comes down to is, are you doing the activity that is required of you to see the kinds of results that you want to see with regard to website sales? And if you're not, that's fine. It doesn't matter. You need to forgive yourself and you need to move on. But you do need to move on. You need to move on and take action. And I'm saying this 100% with love. I do this with my students in dance. I do this with my children. I do this with myself. We can't all be perfect, and the past doesn't matter. It doesn't define who we are today. It just defines our starting place. Does that make sense, you guys? Right? What you did in the past has nothing to do with what you're going to do in the future. It just has everything to do with where you're starting from now. So going into week 6, I want everybody to go in with a clean slate, whether you've made multiple website sales or whether you've made no website sales. I want you to treat week 6 with the intention that you actually had when you signed up for this fast track, the intention that you had to make website sales and to grow your business and to get yourself to the next level, because that's what this is all about. And you have the potential. Everybody on this call tonight on week 6, there's 100 people on this call. You had the intention. You're showing up. You're doing that much, and you're showing me that you want this. So if you really want this, what I want you to do is I want you to commit to one a day. That's it. Just one a day. We're talking about making one simple website contact every single day. So look at your names list for website possibilities. Who's on it? And then what I want you to do is I want you to be so specific. I want you to write one prospect in your calendar every single day. That's it. So like, for example, tomorrow, if you're going to call Bob from this gutter company, write the gutter company's name down and schedule in exactly when you're going to call that prospect. On Tuesday, if you're going to call this restaurant, write the restaurant down in the exact time that you're going to call that restaurant. And I want you to treat it with as much respect as you do when you show up for your regular job, right? You don't wake up in the morning and decide, am I going to go to work? Am I going to go to school? Or am I going to stay home today? Right? You show up for work and you work your butt off for your boss, but you don't work your butt off for yourself. And I don't understand that. So I want you to get real specific. I want you to schedule in time with yourself to work for yourself because you deserve it. And you should be putting the same kind of intention, the same kind of commitment for yourself as you do for your boss. You absolutely deserve that same exact determination. So figure it out. What is holding you back from making one website possibility contact per day, right? Is it that you just haven't found the time? Is it that you haven't scheduled the time? Is it that you're scared? Is it that you've run out of possibilities? It doesn't matter, but you have to determine exactly what it is, because you can't fix a problem that you don't know exists, right? At the end of the week, if you're finding that, you know what, I didn't contact my website possibilities today like I wanted to, but next week I'm just going to do better, right? You can't do that because that's so open-ended and you don't know exactly what it is that you have to correct. So I want you to determine exactly what it is that's holding you back, whether it's scheduling, whether it's timidness, whether it's I don't know what it is. You've run out of possibilities. You have to figure it out. Write it down and come up with a solution. If you don't know what the solution is, ask for help. Ask for help. I'm happy to help you guys. Our coaches, happy to help. Our successful web center owners on this fast track, happy to help. Post it in the Facebook group, right? And let us help you so that we can determine a solution and so that you can get to the work that you want to do. And I know you want to do the work. I know that you do. You're on the call tonight. You're sending in your numbers every single week. You're doing that much. So what's missing in between that? Let's get you there. Like I said, you guys, we need to be making 20 website sales a week. We can. We absolutely can, and we will. We absolutely will. So, why are we saying this? Why am I asking for one a day? I know we're talking about 312, but here's why I'm saying one website contact a day. I want to show you these numbers because when you see these numbers, then you can own it. You can see the possibility as clear as day right on the paper, right? One contact per day times 5 in a week is 5 contacts in a week, right? So if you talk to one website possibility every single day for the work week, you end up with 5 in a week. 5 in a week times 4 weeks in a month is 20 website contacts in a month. That's a great number. 20 website contacts in a month will statistically land you 6 to 8 appointments in a month. Like that's the statistic. That's not me saying this is what's going to happen, this is what might happen. That's statistically what will happen. 6 to 8 appointments in the month will land you anywhere from 2 to 3 website sales statistically. Again, these are statistics. This is not me saying this might happen, this could happen, but that's 2 to 3 sales in a month. What does that actually mean? 2 to 3 sales in a month is 2 to 3 extra grand in your pocket. Is that going to make a difference in your life? Yes or no? And by the way, that's using the average website retail profit. For some people, 2 to 3 sales in a month is more like $4,000 to $6,000 extra in their pocket, right? 2 to 3 sales is 450 to 675 extra BV, and not only that, but 50 to 75 BV ongoing in your banks, right? 2 to 3 sales in your business is more prospects in the funnel. It's more cash flow for your business. It is life changing. I'm telling you flat out, if you can find a way this week to talk to one website prospect every single day, make yourself a little bit uncomfortable, be inconvenienced a little bit just to talk to one prospect a day, you can put some serious things into motion and see some incredible results for yourself in your business. That's all it takes, one a day. One a day to completely change the business of your web center and your own franchise, right? So again, I'm asking you, what is the reason why you haven't contacted one website possibility every single day? I want you to identify it, I want you to write it down, and I want you to find a solution, and I want you to make a change this week. I want you to commit to making one website contact every single day this week because I know you can. And I know that if you will, I know these numbers. I've done this. I've sold more like 10 websites in a month. And I know how powerful that can be. And I know how badly you want it. So go for that. Please, please, please understand these statistics, own these statistics, and then participate in these statistics. So what I'd like to do now is I'd like to welcome Shuen Lim to tonight's webinar. She is a professional coordinator, like I said earlier. She is a fast track coach. She's also a certified web center trainer. You know, Shwen is an incredible asset to this group. She not only runs a successful business right here in the Americas and a North American distributorship, but she's also globally running a successful business in Taiwan and Hong Kong. In fact, she will be going to Hong Kong in just a few weeks to speak on behalf of the Web Center program to all of Market Hong Kong. Thank you so much for that, Shwen, by the way. That's really, really exciting. So, we're really, really grateful for Shwen, and I'm really excited to hear from her. What I need to do right now is just take a second to locate exactly where she is in my list, and figure out how I can actually have her in there, because she's just texting me that she's in there. I don't see her in there. Shuen, if you can just send me a quick message in here, because I'm not sure if you actually logged in with somebody else's credentials. I want to make sure that I can actually unmute you so that we can hear from you. Just 1 second, you guys, if I can put you on hold. See what's going on here. This is Shwen. Shwen, you're logged in under Jeff's name. That is the problem. I knew that would be the problem. Okay, let me just try and unmute you really quickly, if you don't mind. There's a few of you. All right. Shwen, can I hear you?
Hello, this is Chuan.
Hi, Shwen. Welcome.
Mhm. Hey, thank you. Can you hear me properly?
I can hear you wonderfully. Go ahead and take it away. Welcome, and I'm sorry for the delay in finding you, but you logged in. Thank you so much. I don't know why so many people didn't get the email reminder. I definitely got one, but I'm going to call GoToMeeting tomorrow to make sure that doesn't happen again. But thank you for finding an alternate way to get on tonight's call.
Yeah,
All right,
thank
go
you. It's
ahead and
okay.
take
Yeah,
it
I'm
over.
one of them too. Yeah. All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Chuan Lin, and as Sarah has just mentioned, yes, I'm a practicing graphic designer and also a web designer. What I'd like to share with you tonight is why client buy and how should we address their needs. Many a times, with this momentum sheets that we are doing, we fill in numbers, we talk to people, and sometimes we find that like we are not hitting the right button. So I have read a few articles, and I'd like to do just a very quick summary. When buyer buys, they have two kinds of mindset. They're either looking for a solutions for their problems, or they may be looking for something that they might you want to consider for future. So I group them into two parts. One, problem solving. Two, future consideration. All right, this is how buyer buys. So when in our conversational marketing, when we talk to them, we would like to talk to them about the same thing. Like, how's the website doing? And if they say, oh, my website is doing terrible, see, they're facing a problem. So they have pain. So you want to prop in a little bit and say, okay, so tell me about it. What you not like about that? What is the website not working for you? So here you're trying to prop into what is the pains that's causing the problems. But if we're just focusing on the problem, then we might just miss half. We're just seeing the negative half. There should be a positive half. Talk to them about, oh, okay, so what kind of goal are you trying to reach for your website? Many a times when client or their customer go to their website, there's one question that they should ask themselves. Okay, so now I'm at this website. What am I supposed to do? If our clients can answer these questions, they have a good website. So they know how to lead their buyer to take action into taking information or into buying, right? Uh, so when we talk to them, we identify the problems and then see what we can do for them. As Sarah has mentioned before, I do all the website things, so I will present myself as if I'm the only one who can solve their problems, but not now. When web centers came into my practice, what I like to do is I will take down their pains, take down the questions and the challenges that they are facing, and then I will try to see what is a good way for me to follow up with a demo. See, we have really, really good technical support that is there to help us answer our clients' questions, to provide a good solution for them. So we have to position ourselves. Are we a referral or are we, the provider? I know on the call, some of you might be like, no, I'm not a graphic designer. I'm not a web designer. That's perfectly fine because we have the professional teams to help you. So you are like a referral. Refer them to web center. Web centers will solve their problems. How? Okay, set up an appointment and allow our web specialists to answer their questions, solve their problem. There you are, you create, and I'll keep talking to them, ask them how they're doing with their website. If they need help, what kind of problems if they're facing, so you send them to web specialists. But if you are a graphic designer or web designer like myself and you know a little bit of web, well, you can leverage program too. Like me, I still refer my clients to the web demo. I will gladly, be the listener. I like the web specialist to talk to my clients and then help my clients answer their questions. Okay, so the second kinds of buyer, for buyer who are future consider what we call future seeking, which means they might talk to you. They say, okay, this is my goal. I want to set up a website for to fulfill my dreams. I would like to know how much do I need to set aside. I would like to know what kind of feature you guys gonna have. I'm sure you came across this kind of people, in your 312. So it's okay. Talk to them about their goal, about their dream, and you wanted to be, attentive in listening to their dream, and then say, okay, the company that I work with, they have a department who's providing these web solutions. Let me set up an appointment and see if they can help you achieve what you want. See, what we are doing right now is we show them a way to fulfill or may not buy on the spot. They may say, "Oh, Chuan, thank you so much for the web demo that you have done for me. It's awesome, but I may consider these solutions like in a few months to go." That's perfectly fine. Like what Sarah has said, you have a lot of name lists on your momentum sheets, so you want to go back and then also follow up with, right? So look back, look at the momentum sheet. Who are those contacts that you have contacted? They may or may not ready to buy, but ask them for referral as well. So I have clients who I have to follow up for 1 year before they actually close the deal. But we establish a very strong relationship. Once they like you, they know that you really care to help them, fulfill their dreams or their goal, their aspirations. They know that you're going to be there for them. Then you show them, oh, don't worry, I'm not the only person. I do have a professional team that's going to answer your questions. That's going to be it's going to be there to help you to fulfill your company's mission. This is what we want to sell to them, right, Sarah? I really love this 90 days fast track. Like how you make it so simple. Like every day, talk to 3 people. Even if you only talk to one person about website and 2 other people about shop.com, wow, just do it, because shop.com is their future. Right? It's where they wanted to have their website up and running, and then they may choose to work with shop.com as our partner store. This is what we have been seeing in Taiwan and Hong Kong. In Taiwan, we have promoted quite a few small business owners who had their website done with our web solutions, and and then they will want to partner up with shop.com and become our partner store. So and now that we're going global, wow, I'm preparing the PowerPoint for Hong Kong stage presentation. I'm leaving tomorrow night. I'm very excited. I was like, we are the leaders, okay? We are the leaders for our clients. Clients actually look to us for solutions, and we are also the leaders in our team. Our teammates are looking, to us for a good solution. And Web Center is one of the very first product that we can sell globally. So I'm pretty excited. But just to keep it very, very simple, keep talking to people and try to identify their why. Why client buy? Are they in a problem-solving mode, or are they in a future consideration mode, or could they refer you to someone else who may need your solution? All right, so I'm going to leave it to you to think about this. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for this opportunity.
So much, Shwen. So Shwen will be writing her blog, and you guys, if you haven't been looking at the blogs, all of our coaches have been writing summaries and expanding upon their strategies inside of a blog. So if we are announcing those on the official MA Web Center's Facebook page, so you want to make sure that you're following us there. Just another tip, you guys, we will be totally redoing our approach to social media. Our Facebook page is now only going to include customer-centric things. So going forward, we will be making announcements, and we may only be announcing our blog posts and webinar announcements and things like that inside of our private group. But there's going to be a lot of really big changes coming. So, Shwen hit the nail on the head, you guys. We have the cookie, and we are the future. We're also a really big opportunity for shop.com. So as you're going about prospecting this week, I want you to think about that. What retail opportunities are existing in your local neighborhood? Not only how could they benefit from having a better online marketing presence with our solution, but might shop.com be a good opportunity for them as well? Get them to apply to be a partner store with us as well. That's a really, really big opportunity. And you guys, Hong Kong and Taiwan have led the way in that, by the way. They have over 500 partner stores on their shop.com site that are Web Center clients. I would love to see those kinds of numbers from the Web Center program as well. What a great opportunity for our website prospects. That's huge. All right, so take a look at the upcoming Web Center certification trainings. You guys, these have been ridiculous. Just finished conducting them again this past weekend, this time in Connecticut, and we did the call workshop on day 2 and the practical workshops on day 1. In the call workshop, you guys, there were 32 voicemails left. We had 11 15-minute consultations booked. We got over 20 times where they made contact with people and they said, now's not a great time, but can you call me back on Tuesday, for example? So we call that a BTTR, a better time to reach. And we had 13 official Web Center appointments booked into the calendar. You guys, these trainings are so much more than just information. Not only is the information brand new information and refreshed, relevant, up-to-date market information, but you're getting practical experience and you're leaving the class with booked appointments. So please, please, please take a look. I will let you know if you don't have one coming up in your area, but there's one within an hour to 2-hour driving distance. You need to make it. You need to make that drive. It's totally worth it. We only have 11 trainers in the U.S. And thankfully we have people that are really making the rounds around the country to get in there locally. But we are looking into ways to conduct these trainings via Meeton, where you can buy tickets to see the training on Meeton. So if you're living in an area where there hasn't been a Web Center training in a while, we will be looking into ways for that to happen online for you. And it's going to be a lot more valuable than just us posting recordings of an online training that very quickly becomes antiquated. So please look out for that. Check it out over the next, actually, I think I put the next 3 months. Usually I've only been doing the next 2 months, but there's tons of things in Florida, Texas, Oregon, Illinois, and New York, Poughkeepsie and Syracuse especially. Thank you so much to Trista and Russell, because we have not had trainings out there in years. So this is really, really wonderful. Not Poughkeepsie, but definitely Syracuse. So if you can make it to one of these, I highly encourage you to get to these trainings. It will make a big difference in how you approach your business. All right, so guys, thank you so much for the call tonight. I want to encourage you to do a couple of things. I re-put these bullet points up from last week's webinar because I think everybody had the intention to go out and look for more possibilities. And this week, I'm challenging you to actually do it, right? Follow some steps and increase your productivity, increase your opportunity by expanding your possibilities list. I don't accept, well, I'm out of names. Okay, that's ridiculous, right? If you had a retail shop, what do? You stock it with product, you sell through the product. What do you do when you sell through the product? You close your store. Is your store broken? Of course not, right? And our business, our product, our inventory is people, it's names, and it is our responsibility to try things, try new strategic things. And we've been going over them for weeks now to increase our possibilities, right? That's our inventory. We have to be responsible for that. Do some prospect research, ask the right questions, sell the appointments, and be aware of where you are. Do the Connie strategy, right? Engaging your existing market. And I'm telling you flat out, you need to commit to one a day. One a day will make a huge difference in your business 4 weeks from now, if you're willing to do it. So, figure it out, expand your possibilities, talk to one person a day, make it happen for yourself. You absolutely deserve it. Thanks, guys.